cage, Jumoke Hunter.
And as Jumoke makes his way to the cage, we are joined by the Punk, former Strikeforce champion, current Bellator fighter, Josh Thompson is in the building. Josh, welcome to the broadcast.
What's up, guys, man? It's great having me on. This is an amazing event. I've been here for all three of them. I can't tell you, this is one of the best events I've ever been to.
Absolutely, and hey, look, we've been looking forward to commentating with you all night. I know you were a little late getting here. You had a lot of stuff going on. You're a busy guy, but hey, we're glad you're here.
They have a San Jose Fit Expo going on right now, and so I had a couple of my younger guys that were fighting down there in the amateur show, so I wanted to make sure I was there for their first fights. So I was there doing that, and now we're here doing this, and we got the cameras following us around right now. This is amazing. But yeah, so I made my way up here, a little bit of traffic, but we're finally here. This is a great event, man. Every time I come here, they always add something that's amazing. I mean, the view has always been the greatest thing about this this venue. But man, the way they set it up, and now the seating is so much nicer. Everything is amazing when you come to this Conquer event.
Yeah, and you were talking about that view, and we were mentioning it earlier. We're right next to the bay, and if you look out these big picture windows, you can see the sea, and it's just beautiful.
No, you can see the Bay Bridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially at night when the night is clear, you can see the city lights. It's beautiful. This is I got to tell you, one of the most amazing events I've ever seen be put on.
Absolutely. Jeff Houston's going to bring out Jumoke Hunter's opponent here shortly. We were talking, Josh, I don't know if you've seen Jumoke fight, but I watched him as an amateur. Tremendous athlete, and he's turning pro here tonight, and it's going to be a great fight.
Extremely athletic. I'm excited to see him fight. You never know when these younger guys, when they go back to the gym after they fought to see what they do. Okay, so how they change their game and how they do things from the last time they fought. It's nice to see them grow, because when you get older, like myself, when you get older and you've been fighting for a while, you tend to fall into the same routines of how you train.
Yes.
These young guys, they don't have a care in the world. They really just go in there when they train every single day and just try something different that us older guys will never try.
Aaron Hamilton.
And here comes Jumoke's opponent, Aaron Hamilton. This is the 170-pound division, and this is actually the fight that was going to be the opening contest of our pay-per-view here tonight. But due to some technical difficulties, we ended up with Lima and Moore, and I'll tell you what a bonus for the fight fans at home. That was a great fight.
It did not disappoint.
I was saying how lucky it was for Conquer to have that fight actually being bumped, because it was such a great fight to watch.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we will just listen to the sights and sounds as Aaron Hamilton makes his way into the cage. So here we go, guys, 170-pound division, and flexing the pectoral muscles is Aaron Hamilton, and Jeff Houston will give us the official announcement for our opening contest on the pro card here, Conquer 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for our first pro bout of the evening, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the CFC welterweight division, and is brought to you by Oakland Harley-Davidson, the true home of the American dream. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 170 pounds. A Kung Fu practitioner with a pro record of 1 victory, opposite a single defeat. He represents the Dragon House. Fighting out of the Bay City, San Francisco, California, please welcome Jumoke, the Dragon House Assassin Hunter. And across the cage, his opponent, Fighting out of the red corner, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, his official weight 169 pounds. A free-form practitioner with a pro record of 1 victory opposite a single defeat, his lone victory coming by way of submission. Representing Strive Jiu-Jitsu and De La Tega Martial Arts, fighting out of Stockton, California, please welcome Aaron, the 209 Snake Hamilton!
The 209 Snake.
And our referee in charge of the action, Kane Vandal.
So we have the 209 Snake and the Dragon House Assassin.
Protect yourselves at all times. Follow my instructions. Sound of the bell, come out ready to bang, touch gloves, and return to your corners.
I got to tell you, these 510 Richmond guys are brutal. They booed the guy from San Francisco just because he was from across the bay.
That's how they do, baby, from over there. That's what they do. You ever fought anyone from Stockton? Let me just tell you. All right? They are not your friends if you win.
Here we go. Jumoke Hunter in the camo trunks comes right out and attacks Aaron Hamilton in the black with the gold trim.
Close the distance right away.
And Jumoke looking for the takedown.
Nice
Hamilton
body lock takedown there.
attempting to fight it off. He's still got the rear waist lock there.
He needs to pull and sweep the legs out from underneath him. There he goes. Nice little body lock to the pull. Nice.
Oh, right in front
And
of
now
us,
he's going to
guys.
finish it there,
Got
right
the mount, guys.
Full mount for Jumoke Hunter. And like Josh Thompson pointed out, great takedown, and actually does not have the full mount. He's in the half guard now as Aaron Hamilton's able to pull him back in there. And Jumoke on top in the camo now is going to look to create distance, posture up, and maybe land some significant strikes.
Now what he's
here.
doing is he's pushing on the fence to go ahead and set up the elbow. So he's pushing on the fence, and when he goes to push it off, he just drops the elbow right on the face.
Absolutely.
Controls the position, controls his head movement as well from that position.
So what does Hamilton need to do here, Josh Thompson? He needs to kind of maybe get to the cage and wall walk, perhaps?
No, he
Maybe a
can scoot
sweep?
out on the underhook side, or he can try to put his back to the fence and sit up and walk up the wall, like
Yeah,
you said.
wall walk,
But my experience would be is they get the underhook on that left side, start scooting his hips out, trying to get up on a half guard sweep.
And as I look at Jumoke Hunter, I mean, he is put together. That's a big, strong man on top of you, and that makes it a little bit difficult to get out of this position. Now, Fight Mike, we talked about Jumoke being explosive earlier on in the broadcast, and he did. He came right out
Came
and
right
attacked.
out, close the distance. Now he's on top. It looks like he's probably draining his energy, too.
Yeah, he's trying to elevate that left side underhook like I was just talking about. So if he can scoot his hip out that way first, see how his hips are underneath him directly?
Absolutely.
He needs to actually scoot his hip out to that underhook side as well. Maybe switch his feet to open up that left ankle as well.
Just
There he
like
goes.
that,
He's in
huh?
full guard now.
And like you said, Josh, you don't want to stay flat on your back like that. You want to move hip to hip and just try to keep movement so that you're not staying flat for your
Nice
opponent.
punches there.
And Jumoke hits like a tank. He's
Pushing on the chin, that's a great technique. You push up on that bottom of the chin so they can't see what's coming next, and he lays down some good strikes.
can also get a little smothering there as you're doing that. Cover that
Covering
mouth
his
and that
mouth.
nose.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they are right in
Right
front of us here.
We see all the grimaces and everything.
It's a good-looking commentating team right there behind these two fighters. And some big shots being landed here by Jumoke. The Dragon House Assassin.
Oh,
And now an
armbar. Does he got it?
Nice, beautiful
Hamilton.
step over, though.
Hamilton bided his time, Josh, and then he went for that armbar. But
One of the
Jumoke-
first things you teach kids in kids jiu-jitsu is when they get stuck in a deep armbar is just step over the body and belly down and hope for the best.
And then
you
it
know?
worked that time.
Very
for Jumoke
nice.
Hunter, who's now in side control, or he was.
Looks like he's trying to set up that Darce.
Got to give it to Aaron Hamilton because at one point in this fight, Jumoke had full mount. Then he had side control, and both times Aaron Hamilton was able to get back to half
Oh, he's
guard.
got the leg. He's got the leg. So he's
absolutely. Absolutely.
looked like he was working that Japanese next tie. He couldn't get it. He's trying to push it into probably the Darce position. Nice. Oh, a nice little sweepy attempt.
Hamilton
maybe a
trying to
knee
get
bar?
that
Maybe
leg
a
for
knee
an
bar,
ankle
guys?
On that
lock.
heel
Heel
hook.
hook.
Yep, nice
On
little
that
heel
heel
hook attempt. Jumoke shaking it off.
Whoa.
Now we got a
Little confusion
conversation here between Aaron Hamilton and referee Kane Vandal.
For some reason, he stopped on the heel hook. He should have just kept going. I don't know how many
Right.
fights he has, but I know in amateurs you're not allowed to do heel hooks.
So he wasn't-
maybe possibly
This
he
is
thought.
his third fight, Josh
Yeah.
Thompson, as a
Well, he
pro.
should know that by now, you figure, right?
Absolutely. You need to know those things before you come into the fight. But,
Well-
I mean, Hamilton, obviously, with a good sportsmanship, he's like, wait, can I do this? May have cost him the fight.
Possibly.
for
I mean,
now.
like, there's so much that happens
Yeah,
between
absolutely.
there.
Well, nonetheless, they're right in front of us again. Jumoke's on top.
So much better. Ooh, nice shot. We could hear that from here.
Let me ask you, Josh, when you're on top like Jumoke Hunter is right here, what are you trying to do?
Trying to he's basically trying to hip in, posture up, and let down some big strikes. Put his head against the fence and let down big strikes. That's really what you got to do. Like, he's picking apart right now, body, head kind of thing, a little bit of elbows here and there. But my honest opinion is that he's in a position now where he's not worried about the wall walk because his back is into the wall.
Right.
So he needs to turn him facing towards the center and just posture up and let go of some big punches.
Absolutely.
The days of putting guys against the fence and just ground and pounding them out, those are gone. These guys are so good at using the wall to get up now. They put their back against the wall. They just wall walk up, and it's so hard to hold people down. Even getting the takedown now against the wall is almost impossible. These guys are so good at defending against the cage.
And you guys are listening to the insight of former Strikeforce lightweight champion Josh Thompson, current Bellator fighter, so you can't get any better insight than that. Fight Mike, what do you think of this fight so far? Who's winning?
Definitely Jumoke is, but my question to you guys is, who do you think it has more in the gas tank or maybe use
Well, you got
got
to think about this. Aaron Hamilton, as we get the sweat on us, Aaron Hamilton has been carrying the weight
Got
of
him in a
Jumoke
side choke
Hunter.
right now. He's got him in a bottom side
and
choke.
he's looking at us too.
Oh,
Aaron
he shook
Hamilton
his head.
now.
He shook his head at us.
yeah.
Now, here's what I was going to say. So he was carrying the weight of Jumoke the entire fight, so it's going to take a little bit out of your gas tank. But Hamilton's shoulders are not coming up and down. His mouth's not wide open. He looks to be in great shape. Deli Ortega obviously keeps their fighters in good shape. And then on the other side, Jumoke was on top the whole time, so he's obviously doing well in the gas tank department.
So if you're in Hamilton's corner, what would you be telling Hamilton right now?
Do not let him take you down again.
And if you're in Jumoke's corner,
Take
keep doing
him
the
down
same
again.
thing?
Because I'll tell you what, because Aaron has shown that he probably can't get out from underneath Jumoke, so he doesn't want to get taken down again. That being said, he was doing well from the bottom, as Josh Thompson pointed out. He was going for that choke at the end there. So
He got really close to that armbar as well.
yes,
But my thing is, you can't win a fight being on the bottom.
Right.
So he needs to get his butt up, and he needs to start trying to land some strikes, significant strikes to get on top or to work on the feet.
Well, round two.
Neither one of them look like they've been breathing hard.
At
so,
all.
Yeah, they look
no,
good.
they both
Look
look to
fresh.
be in really good shape.
Once again. Oh, Jumoke closes the distance again.
My honest
Quick.
opinion is that Jumoke needs to keep the fight on the feet. After just seeing what Hamilton had on the feet, there's nothing there.
Wild swinging,
Yeah.
nothing.
No, he just backed himself up to the fence. He looked like he threw a couple wild punches. He also looked, after that first combination, he does look tired.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you guys, this is exactly how the first round started, with Jumoke pinning him up against the fence. He threw a couple foot strikes, foot stomps, which he's doing right now, and landing some body shots, and then was able to take him down with the body lock. So we could see more of the same in this round, Josh Thompson.
I would say Jumoke needs to make space, let the hands go. I think he'd have more success there, possibly put the fight away a lot sooner.
Right.
We've obviously seen that Hamilton's very good on the ground. He's able to throw the submissions on real quick. Why even mess around with that game at all? Just keep it on the feet, step back, and let your hands go. I bet you he'd be able to finish this fight.
Now the question, though, is we haven't even seen the hands of Aaron Hamilton yet. So maybe
I
he's
saw a little bit of it
weaker.
right
saw a
now. He
couple
looked a
of
little
them, yeah.
tired. He already looked tired. It looked kind of sloppy. So I can't tell if it's because he's tired or if he's just not that good on the feet. But we
Josh
saw how
Thompson
fast he
saying it like
slapped.
it is, Fight Mike.
Well, we saw how fast he slapped on that armbar, so you could tell he comes from a good jiu-jitsu background. Plus, he tried hitting that side choke from the bottom. Even though there was only 10 seconds left, he snuck it in there. But I haven't seen anything on the feet yet that makes me think that, hey, this guy should be standing a whole lot longer.
Absolutely. Now, you got some fighters coming up later on in the show, Josh, so you're going to be working some corners tonight as well, right? You're doing double duty.
Yeah, I've got see, here you go.
Yeah,
Big
here we
shots
go,
right
yeah.
there.
Just
That's
like
what he
you
needs
said.
to do right there. And all Hamilton did was just cover up.
Yeah.
He didn't try to circle off. That's something that, to me, I feel like there's not a whole lot of experience on the feet. So he needs to circle off the fence, get back to the middle. If he was a good stand-up guy, he would have known that.
Yeah. So right now, the riddle is this. Yes, Hamilton did go for some submissions on the bottom, but he was getting outclassed a little bit in the power department on the bottom, and Jumoke was able to stay on top most of the fight. Now he's proven that he can't really throw hands with Jumoke, so what does Aaron Hamilton do at this point?
I mean, honestly, I would just let him take me down. Or I would try and get the takedown myself. So I would let him take me down, try and work for a sweep and get up. But we saw in the first round he's not very good at getting up from the bottom.
Right.
So my suggestion is you try and get the takedown, get on top, possibly you can work something to a submission from that attempt. Jumoke needs to just keep the distance. See, that type of stand-up is just really just to keep the distance. That's nothing that's going to really affect you or hurt you.
Absolutely. Now, let's see what we got now. And
See-
there, yeah, he saw a
just a
half-hearted
wild
left hand from
left
Aaron
hand.
Hamilton. Yeah.
Not a whole lot of power on it. He didn't sit down on it. It was more of a slapping left hook.
Jumoke walked right through it for his part and just pinned him right back up against that cage. And Jumoke,
my personal opinion, he needs to step away, make some space, let his hands and kicks go. I think he can put this fight away.
Once again, if you're just joining us, it's the voice of champions, Jim Cooley. I'm joined here in the broadcast position with the legend Fight Mike and, of course, Josh Thompson, current Bellator fighter. And we are watching the first pro fight of the evening. It's Jumoke Hunter in the camo taking on the black and gold trunks of Aaron Hamilton. And Jumoke, in all three of our opinions, is up 1-0 and most likely winning this round as well.
Easily.
Conquer Fighting 3. It is the Craneway Pavillion. Flowcombat.com.
Nice knee
he's
there.
going for these high knees. That's the second one he's thrown.
Beautiful.
In the tie clinch,
that looked like it landed right on the chin.
So Hamilton not giving up. He is still in this fight and showing everyone that he's here to fight. Jumoke is just a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
Jumoke Hunter looks like an action figure.
He totally does.
And this is kind of what we've seen throughout this fight, with the exception of the body lock takedown early on in the first round. It's just been Jumoke imposing his will on Aaron Hamilton, whether it be up against the cage or on the ground. And he's still looking for that leg trip. He's trying to get him down there.
It would be a lot easier for him to hook the outside leg and maybe sweep him back, using his head, direct him back towards his butt. You just got to get him away from the wall. All these guys, like I said earlier, they're so good at stopping the takedown against the wall. You need to pull them away from the fence these days, and they don't know how to defend when they get out in the open in the fence.
Absolutely. Now, Kane Vandal has not seen enough. He wants more action. He's going to separate him. The jab coming out now from Aaron Hamilton.
It's not really anything behind it.
It's the snake and the assassin, and Jumoke throwing power. Neither one connect, but bad intentions behind both those punches. Now it's Jumoke backing up against the cage.
Is Jumoke tired, guys? Is Jumoke tired?
Might be from pressing him against the fence.
The question is, who is more tired? It's a war of attrition at this point. Aaron Hamilton has about a round and a half to make something happen. Not even a half. He's got 10 seconds in a round left, because I believe he's down 2-0 when this bell rings.
Yeah.
Big
nice
left
hand.
from Jumoke.
To the body. He needs more of that.
Yeah, exactly. All he needs to do is make the space and let his hands go. I think he can put this fight away.
Now let's keep in mind, guys, between the two of them, they only have 4 pro fights. So this is very early on in both their pro careers, and they're both doing pretty well for themselves.
No, I think it's been a great fight. The thing is, I just want to see a little bit more action. Jumoke has the ability to put this fight away. Hamilton, to me, is just throwing punches to kind of keep him at bay, to see if he rushes in. See, that was a nice body shot right there. Nice little overhand right.
Yes.
He needs to do more of that going into this third round.
You don't often see guys that are amateurs or young in their pro careers where they'll go head, body, but you see Jumoke throwing body shots, and that shows me that he's had some good striking training.
Yeah, and the only striking that we've seen at a Hamilton is those 2 knees.
Those are nice,
both
though.
Beautiful knees, yes.
Matter of fact, they might show it right here. Maybe?
Hamilton just needs to pick it up. This is kind of one of those rounds you just got to go for broke. He's down 2-0.
Josh Thompson, what do you know about fighting? So Kane Vandal now has kicked everyone out of the cage. It's round number 3, fight number 2 on the pay-per-view, but it is the 7th fight we've seen tonight. We are lucky to be joined by Josh Thompson, and here we go, the 3rd and final round. Jumoke Hunter and Aaron Hamilton, 170-pound division. And Jumoke is most likely up 20-18.
Nice spinning back kick.
And it landed, and I saw the grimace on the face of Jumoke Hunter, Fight Mike. That landed. As Nick or Nate would say, that's spinning stuff. I know that's not Josh's people, but hey. But he landed it, and he hurt him. He grimaced. What do you think of the spinning stuff, Josh Thompson?
I think it's wonderful for the sport. I think anytime you have a chance to have a highlight reel, it's amazing. The other thing as well, you're going to see someone later tonight, Thomas Dion. He's probably one of the most explosive and exciting fighters I've ever seen step inside a cage.
Your fighter.
No, he is. But no, he's not my fighter. He's somebody I train with. And
okay.
I got to tell you, the last couple of years, I don't spar with him anymore. He's just too explosive, too young. Amazing sandshell fighter. He catches kicks really well, throws really well off of those. He's amazing. So if you're going to be tuning in, watching this fight live on the streams, that's a fight you don't want to miss.
There you go. Yep. And that's coming up a little bit later on. So we're looking forward to that fight as well. Axe kick from the snake.
Nice head kick.
head kick from the Snake. And
Now all he
Jumoke,
has to do is just set that up. You see this karate style? This is something that gives fighters, it throws them off because they're not used to having guys in the gym that do this type of stuff.
Absolutely.
Stephen Thompson, this is why he's so dangerous, because people aren't used to this type of fighting. Okay, the karate style, people thought it wasn't any good for MMA. Well, Stephen Thompson's shown that this is the type of fighting that's actually really effective if you know how to do it. If you're very good at it, it throws these guys off.
Absolutely. There's a big right hand from Jumoke Hunter.
Do you think maybe his corner yelled at him, throw some crazy stuff?
He's got to get the knockout to win this fight, though.
Absolutely.
That's probably why.
He's got to get a finish. It's got to be a sub or a knockout. He's not going to win this fight on the points. He's too far behind. And to be honest, we're halfway through this final round, and Jumoke Hunter is in the driver's seat. And again, imposing his will on the cage fight, Mike. He's got him in the corner. He's landing knees, foot stomps, whatever he can do to strike. And Jumoke Hunter continues to impose his will on Aaron Hamilton.
Yeah, I think he's got this fight in the bag. Unless Hamilton does something significant, like a finish,
Yeah.
I think Jumoke's got this in the bag, guys.
Got to be a submission or a knockout for Aaron Hamilton. As we look on, Kane Vandal watching the action.
Oh,
there's
low
a
knee, low blow?
Unintentional, as Jumoke threw about 40 of those, and only one of them went low. So
Right.
obviously it wasn't intentional. It was accidental. And I don't even know that it hurt Aaron, but I guess he's going to take this break while he can get it. Josh Thompson, while we got a break in the action, when are we going to see you in the cage again?
Possibly back in June. There may be a strong fight with me refighting Pitbull.
Nice.
Due to the headbutt. So it sounds like the commission's reviewing for the fight to be overturned to a no contest.
Okay.
So we'll take a look at that when it all happens. Really fingers just crossed. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. So there you go. We might see Josh Thompson back in the cage in Bellator in June in a rematch against Pitbull. And if you guys saw that controversial fight with the headbutt, then you know what we're talking about. If not, Google it. You'll find it.
Google it. Gotta love Google, huh?
And I'll tell you what, I got to tell you guys, I don't think that Aaron Hamilton was really hurt. I think he's taking the rest.
Take a rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he's taking the rest.
He needs to. Honestly, he needs to win this round. He needs to get a finish.
Yeah.
So why not take the extra time? The problem is Jumoke was just as tired.
So you got to rest too.
But you're giving him an opportunity. And when you have someone that has that type of power and explosiveness, you got to be careful giving them too much rest.
Jumoke needs to be careful here, because what he doesn't want to do is get knocked out with one of these crazy kicks from the Snake when he's winning this fight.
I was going to say, are we going to see another spinning back?
And we did, and it just missed it. Now Jumoke's smiling.
He smiled and gave him a shrug, but the problem was, had he taken a step in instead of a step out, it would have knocked him out.
Absolutely.
Oh, there it is. See?
Jumoke doesn't look impressed with the kicks, but he will be.
Doesn't,
if one
but
of
he's
them
getting hit
lands.
with them. That's the problem.
And that axe kick landed square on the chest, the sternum area of Jumoke Hunter.
And the ones that are missing are coming really close.
I hate to say this, but these type of fighters like Jumoke, they feel like they're better than they are. So the issue is that when you run into them is that they fight guys that they feel like they should just walk through. When they don't walk through them, they start doing things like that. He's tired. That's why he's doing that. He's trying to show the judges that he's dominating the fight, when in reality, dude, you're 1 inch away from getting knocked out.
Absolutely. The axe kick was real close as it landed on the sternum. And now Jumoke again with the body lock, imposing his will, throwing knees. He's got to be careful not to go low here, because at this point, Vandal may take a point away if he does it again, as Vandal's already shown tonight. Actually, I believe it was Ed Calantes, but we did get a point taken away earlier from the illegal kick on the ground. So, got to be careful.
He's trying to get that head down again, looks like, for a knee. He needs to get a finish, so he needs to circle his back off the fence and try and make space to land something. Or he needs to try and get the takedown and work to submissions.
He's got that tie clinch again. He went for that knee. It's not the full tie clinch. He's only got one arm behind the neck. When he had two, Josh Thompson, is when he landed that big knee, the beautiful one. Body shots from Jumoke Hunter as he continues to try to wear down Aaron Hamilton.
His corner's telling him body, head.
And in the corner of Jumoke Hunter is Zong Lao. Dragon House extraordinaire. Big shots from Jumoke. 10 seconds left in this fight. And unless something drastic happens, I believe it's going to be a win for Jumoke Hunter.
One last kick. Another one.
And Aaron Hamilton fought to the end, and I believe it was and now look at this, Jumoke taunts him a little bit. Jumoke is still taunting, and Kane Vandal says, go to, now look at this. I didn't notice this, but Jumoke Hunter is cut above his right eye.
Maybe it's from one of the kicks?
One of those kicks landed.
He had a dominating 2 rounds, but then the 3rd round looked like he just tried to slide by. The problem when you do that, when you get to the upper levels, those guys aren't resting in the 3rd round. So, sure, maybe you're doing that at this level of fights, but if you're trying to get to that next level, that's not something you want to show promoters that are there. Let me just tell you, I know that there's some big-time people that are in this arena tonight watching these guys fight, and that's the type of stuff they don't want to see.
Absolutely.
So guys that work for major promotions, Bellator, UFC, things like that, I know a couple of them that are here right now scoping this talent because this show is one of the best shows, period.
Yep.
Okay, so they're here scoping this talent. That's the last thing they want to see. They don't want to see that type of stuff.
And when you dominate a guy, at least for 2 rounds, or even if he thought it was 3 rounds, there's no reason to taunt at the end. You've won the fight. You did what you needed to do. You don't really need to taunt.
Well, if you were so dominating, why don't you finish him?
Josh Thompson says it like it is. I like commentating with the Punk here. And Jumoke is cut, and like you said, Fight Mike, I think it was one of those kicks. We're not getting any replays here, so I'm not sure where the cut came from.
I think he had every opportunity to finish him.
Yeah, he did.
finish Hamilton. He had every opportunity. I think as the fight went on in the 3rd round, he just got tired. What happens sometimes is you end up coming out in the 3rd round too relaxed. You've lost that energy and that flow because you've won the first 2 rounds.
Right.
So in the 3rd round, he put it in cruise control, and it was hard to turn it back on.
Absolutely. And we are going to await this official decision from the judges, but coming up next, it is going to be the 125-pound division. Aronson Perry taking on Richard Richmond, and that's going to be our next fight here on the pay-per-view, so get ready for that. And we are just, basically we're 2 fights in, but only 1 fight in on the pro card here. And in the cage now is the voice of Conquer, Jeff Houston, and we're going to get this official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at cage side. Brandon Salcedo and Brant Philippi scored about 29-27. Brandon Salcedo 29-28, and Michael Gingona 30-27. All 3 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from San Francisco, California, Jumoke, the Dragon House Assassin Hunter.
So it's exactly what we thought it would be, guys. Jumoke Hunter is going to move to 2-1. They had him at 2-2 on the screen, but he's 1-1 when the fight started, so he'll move to 2-1, and that will put 1-2 on the record of Aaron Hamilton. Like Thompson said, though, he thought Jumoke took the last round off, so that could affect him when it comes to furthering his career. However, he does pick up the victory here tonight at Conquer 3, and we're going to move to the 125-pound weight division here very shortly.